What's going on, guys? Keep it here with another video, and leaks have been leaked. Nvidia prices for the 3090 have been leaked for custom SKU cards. It's hella pricey. Not only that, we also have a few leaks about the turbo and super series of the 3070 and the 3080 coming up, and we have some more news about AMD's upcoming new graphics cards as well. So let's just go ahead, get right into it. Okay, before we get this video started, I do want to let everyone know that I stream on Twitch. Check out that link down below in the description. I'll see you there. So about 5 hours ago, WCCF Tech posted an article where the 3090 graphic SKUs have been leaked for custom partners. So right here you can see, guys, that this card is going to be extremely pricey, but you know, like, that was expected. You know, if you're not ready to throw down at least $2,000, if you didn't have $2,000 put to aside for one of these cards, you probably weren't planning on getting one anyways. I know I wasn't personally, but I didn't think it would be this. It's still cheaper than when the 2080 Ti launched, and still cheaper than the Titan. And I do believe that Nvidia still has plans for the Titan. So the Asus ROG Strix OC, that's the overclock version, is going to be at $1,800. And all these prices are from Best Buy and Newegg. Newegg really dropped the ball here, guys. And we're looking that, you know, just getting the base model cards were going to be $1,500. Some of these, like the EVGA XC3 gaming card, is going to be only $50 more than the Founders Edition of Nvidia's own 3090, which isn't actually too bad considering everything that's gone on. Now, whether or not people will be able to get these cards day one as soon as they drop, that remains to be seen, especially the fiasco that happened with the 3080s just a few days ago. Hopefully actual consumers can get these in their hands, and these retailers can do something to keep scalpers away. I doubt it, honestly, but we'll see what happens when that time comes. We also do have confirmed leaks of the upcoming 3060, which is supposed to be 8 gigabytes, and the 3060 is supposed to be a beast of a card, hell of a bargain for mid-range entry-level PCs. So if you're trying to get into the PC, a 3060 might be looking like a good buy. So this comes straight from Extreme Tech. It looks like Nvidia is ramping up VRam for newer SKUs of the 3080 and the 3070. So we're going to be getting 3080 Supers, 3070 Supers that are going to be even more powerful than Nvidia's initial launch post. So a lot of these cards, and as you can see here, some of these cards like the RTX 3070, the 3090 is even going to get a boost as well, topping out at 24 gigabytes. But there are going to be 20 gigabyte options for the RTX 3080 and 16 gigabytes for the 3070. And the still unannounced RTX 3060 will offer 8 gigabytes. This isn't great news for AMD. It really isn't. It really isn't. AMD is wanting to release their new cards at around $500 to $600. It looks like after the Ampere announcement, some people are expecting $550 to $500. And they're just going to completely drop that $600 price range to try to compete more with Nvidia. But this is scary, especially for AMD. I was really hoping that they can do something bigger and compete harder with Nvidia, but the powerhouse that Nvidia is, you know, with the fact that they just acquired ARM microchips, and they have their own in-house production. As far as I know, AMD outsources and third parties their production to a different company. The RX 6000 series GPUs seems that we're going to be getting 12 gigabyte versions and 16 gigabyte versions coming up soon here with their announcement. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see how pricing goes. But as far as being able to compete with Nvidia, it doesn't seem that they are ready to compete on that high end level for all those enthusiasts and people that are in the workstation industry needing workstation PCs. It looks like Nvidia might still be top dog when it comes to stuff like that. Hopefully when we get around to that point, they can pull something out. Maybe they'll end up making a newer variation of these cards. Hopefully they can make something that's along the lines of the supers. I'm really trying to root for AMD here because Nvidia needs some good competition. Like, Nvidia needs that real good kick in the balls that AMD gave Intel when the Ryzen series launched, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that anytime soon, unfortunately. The fact that these cards just came out, the 3080 is already the most powerful card on the market. It beats out the 2080 Ti, but not by much. And now that the 3090 is right around the corner, as well as the 3070, AMD is going to have to pull out all the stops, don't hold back any punches, and see what they can do to counteract Nvidia on this and get that market share back in their favor. And hopefully us as consumers, we can get some good competition flowing, because to be honest, Nvidia's pricing has been out of control for a lot of times. Now, I'm not saying that these new cards aren't a good value proposition for what they're offering. Way better value proposition than what we got when the 2000 series came out. When the 2080 Ti, or when the base 2080 came out, it wasn't even as good as a 1080 Ti, so people didn't really have a reason to upgrade from the 10,000 series to the 2000 series. It looks like those people are going to be upgrading. I did talk to a lot of 1080 Ti owners, and it looks like they will be upgrading finally from their 1080 Ti's to these 3000 cards. I really wanted to see what AMD could do in terms of pricing to performance, and see if they can actually compete with Nvidia on that high end to get consumers buying their cards again and not feeling like that they've missed out on performance because Nvidia's offerings are just astronomically better. You know what I mean? Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, this is kind of worrying for me, as someone who's been rooting for AMD for the longest time. You know, I use Nvidia graphics cards because there's nothing better. I use AMD CPUs because the Intel offerings aren't really worth it. Like, on the CPU side of things, when it comes to price to performance, AMD's killing it, absolutely killing it. There is really no reason I could think of personally in my own workflow that I would need an Intel CPU anymore. And I was really hoping that AMD could start doing what they've been doing to Intel, to Nvidia, to give them a much needed kick in the butt to start valuing their tech at a more reasonable cost, start competing way more. But now that these cards are getting super variations of them, you know, going from 8 gigs of RAM to up to 10 gigs of RAM, 20 gigs of RAM we see on the 3080, that's insane. Especially if you were considering getting a 3090, that 4 gig RAM difference between 24 and 20 gigs of RAM might not be that much unless you're making some insane renders, Disney Pixar like level video renders or something, you know what I mean? Like animations, all of that insane stuff. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, leave a like down below, leave a comment, and I hope that I have earned your subscription today. And if you want to stay up to date on more videos, click that bell right next to the sub box.